9 a.m. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Been up all night gathering information. I was gonna say, did they sleep? Nope. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest up. So it suits me rested up, though. Alright? Never know, maybe there'll be something in the future where it has to do something and you're like, oh, actually he's tired, so don't make him do it. I don't know. Or maybe it's just adding life to the story. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor is yours. Alright. A total of 3 mysterious deaths are confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here, Shogo. 25 years old, regular old office worker who worked around here. Died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs, so he drowned. He drowned in the middle of the park, and his death looks similar to Yoko's, but it's different to Hajime's. That's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. Well, Yoko, when she died in this timeline. I don't think Yoko died in this timeline because she's not here. I think this is the timeline where he stayed. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries too? Yes, the Whispering Canal. It seems like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Adio. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot washing mansion? Okay, I got it correct. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then, is this Namigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul drugs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonochi. Oh my god, I forgot about this. 32, a teacher at Komagata High, was found in the school's courtyard. Well, I don't know why he was suspiciously with a young student in the middle of the night at the school, so I'm not really caring about his death until he beats them pedo allegations. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata houses one of the 7 mysteries. I don't remember what Komagata has. Was it I guess I can just look it up. Oh my god, I went to the right one actually, like all on my own. No. But I think it's what the girl had. What was that? The Fool's Possession. Right, it's the Fool's Possession. It's too big of a coincidence. But the Fool's Possession's death is not crushing. The Fool's Possession, I'm looking back because I don't remember. Maybe you guys remember because you're going to see this immediately. But I don't remember. So I might cut this out or not. Fool's Possession is this thing that the girl has. It's just fatal. Kills by fatal fall. One who hears its music for 30 seconds without oh shit. Kills by fatal fall. So this one kills by fatal fall, and then the guy that does the crushing. Not the clappers. What the hell did the guy give us? Kills by crushing. Oh, sorry, not the teacher, the uni kid. Okay, but he couldn't have been here. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay. We can't rule out the possibility that this death is also the work of a curse, yeah. But the girl had left before he died. Did she give... I can't remember if she gave Mio her curse stone before she left. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. It's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point to one direction. In one direction. That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Yes. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Really? I see. I don't know too much about this stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we'd better start following up on the new leads we've got. Guess I'd better see what Ario's found out. Alright, nothing to see around here? Nope. Park is still closed to the public. Well, looking at all these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings for which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Ooh, that's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we still got nightfall to settle this. It's time we fleshed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. Oh, right, continuing the talk. Curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namegaki had the foot washing mansion. Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. Got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Oh, that's it. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. Seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Oh yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him to not go stirring things up. What was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found at his desk last night... They haven't really touched his desk, huh? The body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm just imagining that. Why was it yellow? It's just making me think, like, what if someone has a curse? Or, like, they can Looney Tune summon a car that just crushes you, like, you know, the anvils or the pianos that fall on people? Sorry. Anyways, so there's a chance that it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it could have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. It's messed up. This is turning to quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard, so we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. His death isn't the same as that girl or the teacher Janochi, so it's also interesting. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, but there's no check mark. So what's... Yo, don't piss me off, bro. Remember the girl Yoshimi met the day he died? The Hitomi Okuda? Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address. Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Koma High is closed today. Ah, because of the teacher that died? That's right. Alright. But if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from community safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things be easy for once? The dog. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? Ooh. It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Okay, so I guess it doesn't show up, but let's go look at the file for Yoshimi. Wrong part. I'm sorry, not Yoshimi, Mayu. This is all we have of her. She's a beautician, she's very pretty. She's a fiancée Hajime. Yeah, she's unknown. What else? You have this. Whatever. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work? About that. Apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. Gets worse. Checked in with the factory he was working at. Told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nijima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole for just about anyone these days, because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to F about, unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole he's really mad. He just starts cussing up a storm and well, of course he does. It's a horrible murderer. The asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. But when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That explained why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. Can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really don't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. Guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? Cuts deep? I'm sorry. Kinda just slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. Didn't really answer Ayo's question. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Stalker. Man stalking a woman, goes insane and chops her up. Alright. We're the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. What the fuck is this music? Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shidaishi's house to find out more about her. Koma's closed, and I want to know about this bastard stepfather that apparently was perving on his own stepson?
What?
Wait, I'm confused. What did I just say? Stepfather was bothering Michio. Unless those are just rumors. But she wasn't home, was she? Alright, we're done talking. You know, this corny music. Hey, I'm lying. It sounds good though. A lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time. But if we go to Koma High or something, excuse me, girls might be there. And what's her name? Mio, I think is part of the PA. So that'd be good team up. Get more done from dusk. Because going to Michio's, no, don't really have anything. It's just, what does that really have to do with it? Oh, Hajime. Shoot, I don't know. Alright. Guess we could see what the girls are up to. Hitomi's help. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure how to proceed with the curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. 8 a.m. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. What, she stands and sleeps? What? This morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, I'm Yako. You know what? It's be jokes. Yes, I am the specter of the spirit board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yeah, what the I'm having whiplash. What the girl, you're not gonna like show up and run up to me and be like, oh my god, girl, you know what happened last night? Like blah blah blah. Well, I guess you can't really talk about gossip on the streets, huh? Okay. Yep, still alive. Okay. And what else? I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. Oh, she couldn't dispel it. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay, it's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all of this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Truth is, I've been training in things having to do with the supernatural. I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes. It would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it all. Let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and then put a stop to it before it happens. Oh, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Her life's on the line. Like, do you get hazard pay? You got insurance? For if you get injured on the job? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Shit. Oh, you got her rough then. But still, it's really amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. Anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school, and why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. I thought school's not in today. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime, its power is diminished. I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako. Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? Yes, idiot. What are you gonna do, kill people? Are you dumb? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. Yo, these people are weird, bruh, making these cute little faces. You know, what if we just kill some innocent people or risk our lives fighting other curse bearers. Oh yeah, we're only 14 years old. Let's go fight a grown-ass person. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? No! Jacko, I promise I won't use the curse no matter what. Stand in front of a lawyer. But maybe there's some other way. There's no other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you. Even if it's to stop the curses. For the meat shield that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay. But if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay, then let's go. The candy shop she works at. Lives at, because her parents own it. It's been in the family for 3 generations. She watches over it on the weekend. She plays with the children. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Janochi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either, but since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies are found nearby. What? There's no way. What? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janochi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere. Why am I talking with this weird accent? Like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it was something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Sheesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer hurt you? Sorry. I thought we already had this bastard. Sorry, bro. You haven't beaten the allegations of being a predator, so... Until then, you're a bastard. You're gonna be seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late at night. Like, what are you doing, bruh? I think I already read this. Honor student, the toughest class back in his high school days. Apple of his parents' eyes. He was under immense pressure. Fumbled under it. Failed. Stunk into a deep depression. Went to a university he wasn't even rooting to go into. Struggled to keep up with his classes. And he's now a wounded young man. He never aspired to be a teacher, but figured it was the least he could do with his talents. He considered his students to be beneath him and largely looks down on them. Bastard. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak into the back. Mio! And also, Mio. Aren't you supposed to be a part of the police people, even though you're kind of undercover? You let them know about something. Sneaking in. For what? Maybe you can. But Yako can't. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? Okay, so I guess when we come back to the detectives, we're going here. Going here. You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Nochi. Mr. Jonochi. Let's see what she has to say. Okay, Mio. She brave. Wait for me. Huh? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Who the flip was the cursed person? Or maybe she's faking. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Exorcisms. Oh, that's what it was. I know we had to talk about the Predator Man, but what exorcism is this? I'm sorry, we gotta go to the side. He told me you were possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how that works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits that they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or a deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. Okay, interesting. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Yes. Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even recognize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, kind of reminds me of the curse and the curse bearers. The deeper the connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. Same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you can see them too, with a little training. I think I may pass. I don't think I want to live my life seeing that. I can still go through this. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was gonna exercise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Did you hear about Mr. Jonochi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. Alright, he told me with your big mouth. Damn, why don't you go tell the cops then? My bad, I'm kidding. Cops ain't ever really that much of good news, so whatever. And you're already a trouble kid. Yeah, don't bother with them actually, don't do that. Don't do that, I might pin it on you. So that asshole asshole. So you don't like him. So why was he with you in the middle of the night yesterday? So the asshole bited on the school grass myself, Jesus. What, you saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you, it was almost on. Probably around 3. Started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out on the ground like something was chasing him. Then screamed. Ugh, somebody help me. Forgive me, Michio. Forgive you? What'd you do to her, bruh? Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? You mentioned Michio? Was he possessed too? Like, can a connection like hatred is good enough? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. For a second, I think I saw a girl in school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong, and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden, his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. But what if we don't believe you? I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janochi and killed him. If I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Michio looking over to the side at Yako. Yeah, what was all that? Thank you. Bring up the elephant in the room, bro. Honestly, you should have. The elephant should have already been the first thing, bruh. Stop with this, man. He told me. Last night, before you witnessed Mr. Janochi collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? Also have Grace, you know, she's a victim of whatever happened. You're gonna tell the cops? No? Right, with everything that happened with Mr. Janochi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night. That night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Janochi called me over here, acting like he was gonna attack me or something. What? How terrible! Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer in society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Why is that in yellow? Acting like scum, if you ask me. Alright, so he was a predator, so dead ops then. Who cares about this bastard anyways? I'm not finna solve this case. Psh, if I care. Sad so. Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? Whoa, Mio. You can put 2 and 2 together? You gonna make her relive the trauma? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Probably a weirdo teacher obsessed with bad kids. Preying on them. Hard to explain where to start. Okay. Well, should we talk about his misdeeds or his death?